Same-sex unions in New York State could very soon be legal. It depends on whether a vote will take place in the state Senate this week. But several local clergymen and women have already announced their support for the gay marriage bill. And as Action News reporter Matt Markham spoke with some of them.
It's part of who they are and the way they were made in the image of God.
That's not a comment everyone would hear from a man or woman of the church talking about same-sex marriage, but some local religious leaders are supporting state legislation for marriage equality.
The church of all places, of all people, ought to be completely inclusive and welcoming, radical hospitality, treating people as the worthy beings that they are, created by God.
That, they say, is the point. Access to marriage is a fundamental right, and say evidence for it is in Scripture.
It's rooted in a theology that is very open-minded about its interpretation of the Bible. Jesus summarized that love is the end-all of the entire Bible, the law and the prophets.
That is, not everything in the book can be taken literally.
Much of Scripture is metaphorical and symbolic. And we always need to read Scripture within the context in which it was written.
The Roman Catholic Church neither performs nor accepts same-sex marriages or civil unions for that matter. And in the Catechism of the Catholic Church, it says homosexual acts are intrinsically disordered.
The Church seems to be lagging way behind even society. Which unfortunately the church does.
But the goal in joining publicly to support landmark legislation is an effort to change that.
Here's another segment of the population that will just be considered a part of humanity and won't be discriminated in one way or another.
A vote could make it to the floor of the legislature by Friday. Matt Markham, WBNG TV Action News.
A vote would depend on how many Republican state senators would support a gay marriage bill. Democrats are fairly united for it. It is also expected to pass in the state assembly tonight.